there are moments when I wake up and I'm in a completely different place than I remember.
It feels like there are different people inside of me, each trying to take control.
The many faces of self. Dissociative Identity Disorder Explained. Dissociative Identity Disorder, or DID, was once shadowed in disbelief, dismissed as pure fabrication or wild imagination. But for the estimated 1 to 3% of the global population living with DID, this mental health condition is deeply real, a daily battle for coherence and continuity. Previously known as multiple personality disorder, DID has perplexed and intrigued the medical community for decades. To the layperson, it's a condition often misunderstood, partly due to its sensationalized portrayal in films and novels. Yet, the reality of DID is far more complex than what we see on the silver screen. At its core, DID is characterized by the presence of 2 or more distinct identity states that control an individual's consciousness and behavior. What causes this fragmentation? The majority of experts point to severe, repetitive childhood trauma as a significant contributing factor. Faced with overwhelming stress, the mind, especially a young and developing one, can compartmentalize experiences, leading to the creation of separate personalities or alters. However, as powerful as these protective mechanisms are, they come at a cost. Gaps in memory, the challenge of maintaining consistent relationships, and the ever-looming question, "Who am I today?" become a part of daily life. But why is understanding DID important for educators, families, and the general populace? When one thinks of Herschel Walker, images of a football powerhouse, an NFL legend, and an athlete par excellence come to mind. Few would associate the hard-hitting Heisman Trophy winner with something as intricate and elusive as dissociative identity disorder. Yet, Walker's journey through DID is as real as his on-field touchdowns. Herschel Walker's athletic prowess is unquestionable. Over his career, he amassed over 8,200 yards, an impressive achievement by any metric. However, behind those stats lay another set of numbers, less discussed but equally significant: the multiple personalities that Walker contended with off the field. In 2008, the curtain on this intensely private battle was lifted when Walker released his memoir, Breaking Free. In it, he detailed his struggles with DID, revealing that his condition had developed as a coping mechanism in response to bullying he faced as a child. Statistics underline the truth Walker lived. It's estimated that up to 90% of DID cases are linked to early traumatic events, reinforcing the condition's roots in distress. Walker's testimonial wasn't merely a recounting of facts. It depicted a man's effort to grapple with a spectrum of personalities within himself, each manifesting in varied ways. Some of these personalities even played roles in decisions throughout his football career, including trades and team changes. Walker's courage in sharing his story added another layer to his already formidable legacy. By shining a light on his struggles with DID, he contributed to destigmatizing mental health challenges, particularly in spheres like sports, where such topics have historically been sidelined. As the revelations of individuals like Herschel Walker draw attention to DID, it becomes imperative to delve deeper into the academic and clinical studies surrounding this complex condition.
Disclaimer. This video is intended for educational purposes only, and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Let's now continue our journey to better understand mental health.
Scientific investigations not only serve to understand DID better, but also to address the glaring gaps in our collective knowledge. The American Journal of Psychiatry published one of the seminal studies in 1984, which indicated that patients with DID, on average, exhibited 5 to 7 personalities, These findings have evolved with time. And now it's understood that the number can range even higher, with some individuals exhibiting more than a dozen distinct alters. A significant breakthrough in DID research came when a correlation between childhood trauma and the disorder's onset was established. In a comprehensive 2012 meta-analysis published in the Journal of Psychology, 90% of DID patients reported a history of childhood abuse, be it physical, emotional, or sexual. This alarming statistic underscores the importance of early intervention and the necessity to create safe environments for children. Brain studies have unveiled startling revelations. A 2016 study in the Journal of Neural Imaging showcased distinct brain activity patterns in DID patients when they transition between their different personalities. These patterns differed notably from those of actors asked to simulate different personas, strengthening the argument for DID being a genuine neurobiological condition, and not mere malingering. Despite these strides, the research arena for DID is filled with gaps. A report from the World Psychiatry Association in 2019 highlighted the lack of large-scale, longitudinal studies on DID. DID, while having gained significant attention in recent decades, still remains enshrouded in mystery in many aspects. Addressing the gaps in DID research is not just an academic necessity, but a societal one. It's about understanding countless souls who navigate the world with a symphony of selves. Behind the shroud of intrigue lie real, often agonizing experiences of individuals grappling with an intricate, multifaceted condition. The journey to accurately diagnosing DID is neither straightforward nor swift. The gold standard for the diagnosis of DID, like many mental health disorders, comes from the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, 5th edition or DSM-5. According to the DSM-5, the primary diagnostic criteria for DID include 1. Presence of two or more distinct identities or personality states. These identities recurrently take control of the person's behavior and are accompanied by changes in affect, behavior, consciousness, memory, perception, cognition, and sensorimotor functioning. 2. Amnesia. This refers to gaps in the recall of everyday events, personal information, and/or traumatic events that go beyond normal forgetfulness. 3. Distress or impairment. The disturbance must cause significant distress or impairment in social, occupational, or other essential areas of functioning. 4. Exclusion of cultural or religious practices. The symptoms cannot be a part of accepted cultural or religious practices. 5. Not attributed to substance or medical conditions. The symptoms are not a result of substance abuse or another medical condition like seizures. It's worth noting that making a conclusive DID diagnosis often involves ruling out other conditions. For example, DID can be mistaken for schizophrenia, borderline personality disorder, or even PTSD due to some overlapping symptoms. Embarking on the journey of treatment for DID can be an overwhelming experience, both for the individual diagnosed and their support network. While there is no one-size-fits-all remedy, a combination of therapies and professional interventions has shown promise in helping individuals manage their symptoms, foster integration among distinct identities, and reclaim agency over their lives. 1. Psychotherapy or talk therapy. Psychotherapy is the cornerstone of DID treatment. It includes cognitive behavioral therapy or CBT, and eye movement desensitization and reprocessing or EMDR. 2. Medication. There is no FDA-approved medication specifically for DID. However, for instance, antidepressants, anxiolytics, or antipsychotic medications can be beneficial. 3. Clinical hypnotherapy. Hypnotherapy has shown promise in accessing and integrating traumatic memories. 4. support groups and adjunct therapies. DID-specific support groups can offer a community of understanding, reducing feelings of isolation. Art therapy, drama therapy, and movement therapy can be therapeutic outlets for expression, especially when words fail. As the understanding of DID has evolved, so too have the approaches to its treatment. However, as with many mental health disorders, understanding and acceptance in the wider community remain a significant hurdle. So it is best to 1. Promote awareness and education. 2. Have support systems, as to family members, friends, and educators. 3. Seek professional help. 4. Do continuous research. In conclusion, while DID is a complex and often misunderstood disorder, progress in its recognition, understanding, and treatment continues to grow. This is due in no small part to the tireless efforts of researchers, medical professionals, advocates, and individuals with DID who bravely share their stories. Our collective aim should be to foster a society where everyone, irrespective of their mental health challenges, feels seen, heard, and supported.